Hello, this is OBN. I'm Thomas Kamulatu with the news. Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Warqina Gabayo yesterday received UK's ambassador to Ethiopia and permanent representative to the AU and ECA, Alastair David Feb. The minister commended UK's strong relation with Ethiopia, highlighting the all-rounded political and economic cooperation between the two countries. Dr. Warqina briefed the ambassador on the ongoing comprehensive reforms in Ethiopia, including media freedom, opening up the political space, democratization, as well as advancing the respect of human rights. Ambassador Feb expressed his country's continued commitment to support Ethiopia in its efforts on ensuring economic development and promoting regional peace and stability, as well as economic integration in the Horn of Africa. Dr. Warqina also stressed the need to further bolster the trade and investment ties between Ethiopia and the United Kingdom. The UK was among the first countries to open an embassy in Finfinne, while Ethiopia was the first African country to establish an embassy in London, according to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resource Bureau stated that the collaboration of all is decisive to transform agriculture sector. The Bureau is going to award Oromia model farmers in the coming Sunday. Fikadu Brano explains.
The Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resource Bureau has briefed journalists concerning 2018-19 work performance. Head of the Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resource Bureau, Abba Dabale, said his bureau has started the work of this fiscal year after all stakeholders discussed on the plan. He noted that out of 6 million hectares of land planned to plow, 98% of it is accomplished, adding that 34% of the land is developed with full agricultural package. When we see as general, 23% of our farmers have been using full extension technologies like sowing in row, fertilizers and selected seeds. When we see as the country, we are performing good, but there are some limitations yet. Daba added that they have supplied 4.9 million quintals of fertilizers, from which 83% of it was used by the farmers in this production year. He stated that lack of select seed will happen and the supply of anti-weeds and insects were delayed, adding that they have taken necessary measures to solve the problems. He said that a lot of works have been done to expand agricultural mechanization. The Oromia Agriculture Bureau has planned to produce more than 167 million quintals of production in 2018-19 production year. The Bureau has also planned to develop more than 100 million hectares of land by irrigation development, from which 73% of it is well performed. Abba further noted that 147 irrigation development projects are being under construction. They have also done encouraging work to benefit pastoralists. He underscored that coordination work is crucial to transform agriculture. Our experts and farmers done encouraging works in the past year, but many works are left to achieve the intended goal in order to transform our agriculture. Abba stated that more farmers will be awarded and given recognition certificate on the coming Sunday to sustain the started work.
Ethiopia commemorated the 82nd Martyrs' Day early yesterday at Finfinne Martyrs Monument. On the 12th Yekatit, Ethiopians remember the 30,000 civilians massacred in Finfinne by Italian fascist force on 19 February 1937. The massacre occurred as vengeance to the assassination attempt by the Ethiopian patriots Abraham Daboch and Moges Asgedom against the victory of Italian in East Africa, Rudolf Graziani, during their brief occupation. Up to 30,000 civilians of Finfinne were killed indiscriminately within 3 days. Another 1,469 were summarily executed by the end of the next month, and over 1,000 Ethiopians notably were imprisoned and exiled from Ethiopia. representative of Finfinne City Administration and Ethiopian Patriotic Association laid wreaths at the Martyrs Monument in honor the martyrs who were massacred by the Italian fascist force. The Oromia Transport Authority announced that it has been working to improve its service provision mechanisms. The authority has held discussion with the neighboring regions ways of swift service delivery at Adama town. Olma Baina has an account.
The Oromia Roads Authority has been discussing ways of solving challenges that have been observed in the sector with its counterparts of Dire town, Harare in the southern nation, nationalities and peoples. A research paper that reveals strengths and weaknesses of the sector was also presented by Director of Transportation Supply Directorate with the Oromia Transport Authority, Lelisa Merga. Some participants of the discussion also said that lack of working in collaboration is the main problem that hinders the sector to provide swift service. They added that tariff differences in different regions is also part of the problem.
We've been working together on more than 200 directions, but we didn't get chances to discuss together. This causes traffic challenges in the country, so we have to work together. From Yabalo to Konso tariff is 55 birr, but 85 birr from Konso to Yabalo. This means it has 20 birr difference within 100 kilometers. How should this be solved?
Head of the Oromia Transport Authority, Assistant Professor Muratu Shanko, said that the government has been working to reform the transportation policy in order to deliver fast and effective service. He also raised challenges in the region.
Oromia distributes many things, but it is also being hurt by many things. For instance, tariff from Shashamane to Hawassa and Hawassa to Shashamane is not the same. It is normal in Oromia, but exceeds in southern nations, nationalities and people's regional state. Imagine this has been done on same way and same kilometer, and there are many more challenges concerning this.
Muratu added that there are also challenges in terms of transportation rules and regulations of the federal level.
Many rules and regulations of this sector were drafted in 2015. Most of the rules were drafted based on the politics of that period. But now it has not been working, especially in Oromia. For instance, it makes Oromia and Finfinne City as if they are two separated regions. Unless this should be corrected, we can't work. So we have to revise the proclamations.
Awareness-raising training has been offered to the civil servant sector in Naqamti town and its environment in order to scale up the sense of public servitude. Head of the Oromia Transport Authority, Assistant Professor Muratu Shanko, said to solve public complaints properly using the available manpower is mandatory. Fikadu Brano has more on that.
The public is raising many complaints on government civil servants due to lack of quality and swift services. Awareness creation training has given for different offices workers of Naqamti town and its surrounding on the title The Right Worker and Leader at Walaga University. Head of the Oromia Transport Authority, Assistant Professor Muratu Shanko, said every public servant should give quality service using knowledge it has accumulated.
The problem is we couldn't serve our society by the knowledge we have accumulated from university. We are running to upgrade our service. It is meaningless if we can't use it to serve our public. Our society has many complaints on us. So I call upon you to play your level best to serve your society properly.
Coordinator of the training and head of public service and industry linkage at Walaga University, Dr. Bashatu Farada, said Walaga University is playing significant role to sustain changes started at the regions and country level.
Naannoo keenya irratti jijjiirama kan agarsiisuu danda'u uunuma
A one who can bring change in our region is we ourselves. We can also solve problems created in our region. So Walaga University will play at its level based in different public services. We should work together through supporting each other, especially focusing on our youth. So it is very important to work on our economic change and the peace of our region as well as the country, she said. Participants of the training have also stated that they are ready to implement the experience that they have got from the training. I have got good lesson from the training. Such training is very important, she said.
Gada leaders of Borana, led by Abagada Kurajarso, have arrived at Harudimtu ceremonial ground. The Borana Oromo Gudansa ceremony has took place at Ardajila ceremonial ground. Mukhtar Haji has the story.
A delegation of Gada leaders headed by Abba Gada Kurajarso has arrived at Harodimtu Ardajila from his former Badasa Ardajila ceremonial ground. Accordingly, Abba Gada Kurajarso has slaughtered a ritual bull at Arero being colored with different cultural hymen, while moving to Ardajila of Kormagarbi, where he again to slaughter other bull. Throughout the fort, the Abba Gada was riding his horse and holding a speed culturally allowed to him with all members of his Gada class.
We have been moving to our ceremonial ground and we arrived at Hora Dimtu. Our move is to slaughter our ritual bull at Garbi. Then after, our move will continue along with passing Guto, from Guto to Obalu through Bobila and Madara, and we will complete our journey at Galan.
Bagada Kurajarso and his Gada members celebrate their move at Garbi by rounding the Garbi square 3 times with holding a ritual bull to slaughter there where they pray to be placed.
There are many ritual hymens that you have to make here. First, you have to round Garbi square 3 times in search of blessing. This could be done while riding horse. Finally, all horse riders will dismount from their horse while only a Bagada stay in the back of the horse, according to our culture. But a Bagada is also dismounted when the fire is lit by the members prepared to do that.
After the completion of the round, members of the Gada are called to be down their spear, which is considered as a war weapon that is announced by their elders. At Kormagarbi Ritual Center, the delegation could slaughter a bull where they make different cultural praying and blessing for the sake of social welfare.
Nur is the biggest ritual center where you may arrive at about 4 rounds. Umba and Nura centers have also same round. Such ritual movement will continue like that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. That's all for now. Enjoy your day.